Good morning, students of class 5. Students, I'm sure all of you are happy and healthy. Students, please take out your English notebook and your Wordsworth English Reader book. Turn it to page number 83 as I'm going to continue with poem 4, Foreign Lands by Robert Louis Stevenson. Students, please take out your English notebook and your Wordsworth English Reader book. Turn it on page number 83 as I am going to continue with poem 4, Foreign Lands by Robert Louis Stevenson. Students, in my last video, I had started with exercise B, answer the following questions. And I had done the first 3 question and answers of this poem. Now today, students, first of all, I am going to recite the poem for you, revise exercise A, and then continue with exercise B. So please turn your books to page number 83 and listen to me carefully as I recite the poem. Poem 4, Foreign Lands, composed by Robert Louis Stevenson. Up into the cherry tree, who should climb but little me? I held the trunk with both my hands and looked abroad on foreign lands. I saw the next door garden lie, adorned with flowers before my eye, and many pleasant places more that I had never seen before. I saw the dimpling river pass, and be the skies blue looking glass. The dusty roads go up and down, with people tramping into town. If I could find a taller tree, farther and farther I should see, to where the grown-up river slips into the sea among the ships, to where the roads on either hand lead onward into fairyland, where all the children dine at 5 and all the playthings come alive. Students, this was the poem. Now let's revise the word meanings. The first word is trunk, and trunk means stem of a tree. The second word is abroad, which means in different directions. The third word is adorn. Adorn means decorated. The fourth word is dimpling, and dimpling means curve to form indentations like dimples. The fifth word is dusty, and dusty means covered with dust. The sixth word is tramping, and tramping means walking over a long distance tiredly. The seventh word is farther. Farther means over a large expanse of space. The eighth word is slips. Slips means to move. The ninth word is either, which means each of two. The 10th word is hand, and hand means sides. 11th word is onward, and onward means forward. The 12th word is dine, and dine means to eat dinner. The 13th word is playthings, and plaything means toys. Now students, I am going to revise the exercise A of comprehension. Exercise A. The poet climbs up a tree and is filled with wonder at the things he can see. Can you recount them? The first one. The poet could see a dash next door which was full of dash. So please write garden in the first line and flowers in the second line. So the sentence will be, the poet could see a garden next door which was full of flowers. Second one, he saw a dash river which seemed to mirror the dash sky. So please write dimpling in the first line and blue in the second line. So our sentence will be, he saw a dimpling river which seemed to mirror the blue sky. And the spelling of dimpling is D-I-M-P-L-I-N-G. So he saw a dimpling river which seemed to mirror the blue sky. Then the third one. The roads were dash and the people were dash on it on their way to dash. The roads were dusty. Please write dusty in the first blank. D-U-S-T-Y dusty. And people were tramping. Write tramping in the second blank. T-R-A-M-P-I-N-G. Tramping on it on their way to town. Write town in the third blank. T-O-W-N, town. So our sentence will be, the roads were dusty and people were tramping on it on their way to town. Fourth one. He thinks that if he could climb a taller tree, he would be able to see much dash. Write father. F-A-R-T-H-E-R. So our sentence will be, he thinks that if he could climb a taller tree, he would be able to see much farther. Then the fifth one. He would be able to see where the dash slips into the dash among the ships. So he would be able to see where the river, write river in the first blank, R-I-V-E-R, river, slips into the sea. Write sea in the second blank, sea among the ships. So our sentence will be, he would be able to see where the river slips into the sea among the ships. The sixth one. Perhaps he would also be able to follow the roads to the horizon from where they lead into the dash. Write ferry land. F-A-I-R-Y, ferry, L-A-N-D, land. So our sentence will be, perhaps he would also be able to follow the roads to the horizon from where they lead into the fairy land. Then the seventh one. The poet would know for sure then that in this make-believe world, the dash dine at 5 and when they go to bed, all our toys come dash. So write children in the first blank, C-H-I-L-D-R-E-N, children, and alive in the second line, A-L-I-V-E, alive. So our sentence will be, the poet would know for sure that in this make-believe world, the children dine at 5 and when they go to bed, all our toys come alive. So students, this was exercise A. Now let's revise exercise B, that is answer the following questions. We had done the first 3 question and answers in the last video. First I am going to revise those 3 question and answers and then I am going to start with the 4th one. Question number 1. Where does the poet climb? Answer 1. The poet climbs up into the cherry tree. Where does the poet climb? Answer. The poet climbs up into the cherry tree. Second. What did the poet hold? Answer 2. The poet held the trunk of the cherry tree with both his hands. Question 2. What did the poet hold? Answer 2. The poet held the trunk of the cherry tree with both his hands. Answer 2. The poet held the trunk of the cherry tree with both his hands. Question 3. Why was the poet happy on seeing the pleasant places? Answer 3. The poet was happy on seeing the pleasant places because he had never seen them before. Question 3. Why was the poet happy on seeing the pleasant places? Answer 3. The poet was happy on seeing the pleasant places because he had never seen them before. Now students, I am going to write the 4th question. And question number 4 is, what kind of a tree did the poet want to climb to see father and father. Now, question number 4 is, what kind of a tree did the poet want to climb to see father and father? In this poem, we have read that the poet had climbed a cherry tree and he had seen many pleasant places. But still, he wants to climb which kind of a tree so that he can see more things. So he wanted to climb a taller tree compared to the cherry tree. All of us know that the more higher we climb and the more our view will become broad. We can see more things from a taller structure. So the answer is answer number 4. The poet wanted to climb a taller tree to see father and father. और दूर दूर तक देखने के लिए बेटा पोएट को क्या क्लाइंब करना था? और दूर दूर तक देखने के लिए पोएट को और टॉलर ट्री, अ ट्री विच वॉज टॉलर देन दी चेरी ट्री, ताकि वो जितना ऊंचा चढ़ सकता उतना दूर दूर तक की चीजें उसको और दिखाई दे सकती. So question 4, what kind of a tree did the poet want to climb to see father and father? Father and father means और दूर दूर तक. So the answer is the poet wanted to climb a taller tree to see father and father. Now again students, in the question did is there. Please ensure whenever there is did in the question, you need to change the verb in the past tense. So here the verb was want in the question and did was there. So please write the past tense of want. So the past tense of want is wanted. Beta jab bhi did hoga, remember you need to change the verb in the past tense in the answer. Fine. So answer 4th will be the poet wanted to climb a taller tree to see father and father. What kind of a tree did the poet want to climb to see father and father? The answer is the poet wanted to climb a taller tree to see father and father. अगर हम जितना ऊंचे ऊंचे चढ़ते जाएंगे, जितना ऊपर जाएंगे बेटा, उतना हमको दूर दूर तक के नजारे दिखेंगे. So the poet wanted to climb a taller tree to see father and father. The poet wanted to climb a taller tree to see father and father. Question number 4. What kind of a tree did the poet want to climb to see father and father? So from the question only we'll take the answer. The poet want, because did is there in the question, तो हम want में ed लगा देंगे the past form. The poet wanted to climb a taller tree to see father and father. Fine. The poet wanted to climb a taller tree to see father and father. Now please draw a parting line after each answer. I hope all of you have written, students. Now I'm going to erase this and write the 5th question. Question number 5. What happens in fairyland? Now question number five is what happens in fairyland? जो इमेजिन कर रहा है कि जो रोड्स हैं अगर वो फॉलो करेगा उन रोड्स को, दोनों रोड्स के साइड्स को, तो वो कहाँ पहुंचेगा? हॉरिजॉन में. एंड as told earlier, horizon is the place where it seems that the earth and the sky appear to meet. Actually they don't meet, but it seems, it appears. Fine. So the poet imagines कि अगर वो horizon वाली जो रोड है वो फॉलो करेगा तो he'll land into where? He'll land into fairyland. And what happens in the fairyland? In the fairyland, all the children, they have dinner at 5 o'clock in the evening, and all the playthings, means all the toys, they come back to life, है ना? That's the imagination of the poem कि fairyland में क्या होता है, सारे बच्चे जो हैं 5 o'clock पे डिनर कर लेते हैं एंड जितने भी खिलौने, जितने भी टॉयज हैं उन सब में लाइफ आ जाती है. सो आवर आंसर विल बी इन fairyland all the children dine. Dine means to eat dinner at 5. 5 means 5 in the evening. And all the playthings. Playthings means toys. All the playthings come alive. Now what happens in fairyland? Answer. In fairyland, all the children dine at 5 and all the playthings come alive. जितने भी बच्चे बेटा, they have their dinner at 5 o'clock in the evening and जितने भी toys हैं उन सब में life आ जाती है. Where? In the fairyland. That's the imagination of the poet. So what happens in fairyland? Answer. In fairyland, all the children dine at 5 and all the playthings come alive. है ना? In fairyland, the poet imagines that all the children, they have dinner at 5 and all the playthings, they come alive. Plaything means toys and dine means to have the dinner, to eat dinner. Generally, normally all the children, they have dinner somewhere around 8, in somewhere around between 8 to 9 p.m. But the poet imagines that in fairyland, the children, they eat their dinner around 5 o'clock and all the toys, they come alive. So, in fairyland, all the children dine at 5 and all the playthings come alive. I hope all of you have written. Please draw a parting line after each answer and use a scale for drawing the lines. Now students, one more question which is not given in your textbook. Question number 6. Please do write this. Name the poet of the poem Foreign Lands. Answer is Name the poet of the poem Foreign Lands. And the answer is Robert Louis Stevenson. The poet of Foreign Lands is Robert Louis Stevenson. Robert first name, Louis middle name, and Stevenson the surname. And please ensure that all these three words should be written with capital letters as they are all proper nouns. Robert's R capital, Louis SL capital, and Stevenson's S capital. Fine. So the poet's name is Robert Louis Stevenson. Now, name the poet of the poem Foreign Lands, and the answer is Robert Louis Stevenson. Now students, I hope all of you have written the sixth answer. Now I am going to revise all the question and answers once again, and then I am going to tell you how to write the summary of the poem. Now, answer the following questions briefly. Question number 1. Where does the poet climb? Answer. The poet climbs up into the cherry tree. Question 2. What did the poet hold? Answer 2. The poet held the trunk of the cherry tree with both his hands. Question 3. Why was the poet happy on seeing the pleasant places? Answer 3. The poet was happy on seeing the pleasant places because he had never seen them before. Question 4. What kind of a tree did the poet want to climb to see farther and farther? Answer. The poet wanted to climb a taller tree to see farther and farther. Question 5. What happens in the fairy land? Answer. In fairy land, all the children dine at 5 and all the playthings come alive. Question 6. Name the poet of the poem Foreign Lands. And the answer is Robert Louis Stevenson. Now students, we have done the question and answers. I hope all of you have written and all of you have also drawn a parting line after each answer. Now, in class 5, you must know how to write the summary of the poem. Now, as I told earlier that exercise 8 में जितने भी sentences दिए हुए हैं, है ना, उनके आगे हम एक दो sentences add करेंगे और उनको you have to, I'm not going to write, I'm going to dictate and you need to write on your own. So please take out your English. I mean, you are already taken out, you're already writing the answers in the English notebook. Take out your pencils and start writing the summary of the poem Foreign Lands. Now you must know summary of the poem Foreign Lands. Now, कि पूरी पोएम में पोएट क्या कह रहा है उसको पूरा एक समरी, एक पैराग्राफ जैसे आपको लिखना है. फाइन. So you all have got your books. Please open your books to page number 85. 85 में जो exercise A के sentences हैं वो 7 sentences को हम paragraph के उसमें लिखेंगे. But before that we need to start, we need to add 2 or 3 starting lines for the summary. That I am going to dictate. Please write so that you come to know how do you write the summary. Now, in the poem Foreign Lands, the poet imagines, please start writing in the poem Foreign Lands, comma, the poet imagines himself as a child, and in the poem Foreign Lands, comma, the poet imagines himself as a child and he climbs up a cherry tree. He climbs up a cherry tree. Full stop. The poet holds the trunk of the cherry tree with both his hands. The poet holds the trunk of the cherry tree with both his hands to maintain his balance. To maintain his balance. B-A-L-A-N-C-E, balance, full stop. The poet is happy to see many pleasant places. The poet is happy to see many pleasant places which he has not seen before. Which he has not seen before. Full stop. Now, ये हमारी बेटा starting की 3 lines add किए. Now we'll start writing the lines which are given in exercise A. These 7 sentences, we'll combine them as a paragraph in continuity. And after that, please write, the poet could see a garden next door which was full of flowers. The poet could see a garden next door which was full of flowers. Full stop. He saw a dimpling river. He saw a dimpling river, comma, which seemed to mirror the blue sky. You can take the help of the book, page number 85. He saw a dimpling river, comma, which seemed to mirror the blue sky, full stop. Then write the third line. The roads were dusty and the people were tramping on it on their way to town. The roads were dusty and people were tramping on it on their way to town. Full stop. Now write the fourth line of the comprehension. He thinks that if he could climb a taller tree, he thinks that if he could climb a taller tree, he would be able to see much farther. He thinks that if he could climb a taller tree, he would be able to see much farther. Full stop. Now write the 5 sentences of the comprehension, exercise A. He would be able to see where the river slips into the sea among the ships. He would be able to see where the river slips into the sea, S-E-A-C, among the ships, S-H-I-P-S, ships. Full stop. Now, the next 6th line. Perhaps, P-E-R-H-A-P-S, perhaps, he would also be able to follow roads to horizon. Perhaps he would also be able to follow the roads to horizon from where they lead into the fairy land. Full stop. 7. The last line. The last line of the paragraph. The poet would know, K-N-O-W, know for sure, then that in this make-believe world, make-believe world, comma, the children dine, D-I-N-E, dine, at 5, and when they go to bed, comma, and when they go to bed, comma, all our toys come alive. Full stop. So, students, this was the summary of the poem Foreign Lands. And I'm sure all of you will write the summary in your English notebooks after the question and answers. So, students, that's all for today. Please do recite the poem and revise the dot exercises and complete the summary of the poem Foreign Lands in your English notebooks. Thank you, students. Have a good day ahead.